Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers. Today, I am excited to share with you my personal journey of how I memorized the Quran. In the past, I practiced different methods of memorizing the Quran just to become a Hafidha. But I can attest to you that the journey wasn't easy. That is because I encountered a very frustrating pattern in my Quran memorization journey. That was due to my incredible busy schedules, juggling numerous house chores, office work, and other responsibilities. I found it extremely challenging to cope. Then I wondered, how are people able to memorize an entire Quran? Some are able to memorize at a tender age, some at an older age. I searched for answers. What are the secret? What do they do to memorize the entire Quran so easily? Then I discovered these life-changing habits to memorize the Quran. It was easy and flexible. Trust me, it helped me to retain and quickly recall what I had memorized. I'll just go ahead and list out some simple tips that I learned and incorporated in my routine. The first one is setting intentions. The first thing I learned to do for an effective memorization was to set my intentions. Memorizing the Quran is a sacred journey that has numerous benefits. So I always remind myself that I had to embark on this sacred journey to please Allah, strengthen my faith, and to attain those numerous benefits. I went as far as writing them down so I will not forget. It serves as a reminder to me for my main purpose. So I always remind myself and I encourage myself to make plenty of du'as for Allah's help and guidance. The next is consistency. Consistency is crucial. Because of that, I had set aside a dedicated time and place for my memorization. I also took them very seriously. I was happy when I noticed improvement in my recitations. The result really inspired me to stay consistent. I was even more encouraged when I learned the hadith of the Prophet, peace be upon him, that it will be said to the companions of the Quran, recite and rise in status. Recite as you used to recite in the world, for your status will be at the last verse that you recite. Everyone would want to have the highest rank on the day of judgment. So this hadith is a motivation to me. The third one is understanding the context. I took time to understand the meaning and context of what I was memorizing. I used different tafsir resources, like Tafsir Ibn Kathir. I used that to understand better what I was memorizing. Trust me, it is an effective way to memorize the Quran really fast. The fourth is revision. Daily revision of previously memorized verses helped me to solidify the Quran in my memory because you tend to remember what you read constantly. So I tried my best to revise more frequently. But sometimes when I am caught up with so many activities, revision becomes difficult. So what I do is I take an alternative, which is audio aids. This is all about listening to Quran audios. I always prefer listening to Quran audios by my favorite reciter, who is Sheikh Qari Wahid, a Turkish reciter. I must confess that the constant listening of the Quran has helped me tremendously with a sharp memory for what I have memorized. Using Quran audio is very helpful, especially when you have a tight schedule. For instance, when you are driving, walking, reading, or even doing some house chores, you can just play some of your favorite reciter and listen to the Quran to sharpen your memory and revise what you had memorized. Finally, for those who want a precise technique of taking verses from the Quran, here is a helpful tip of how you can read Quran for memorization. All you have to do is read the first line 10 times from the Quran. Then close the Quran and try to read it out to yourself. Read the second line 10 times and then read it to yourself while closing the Quran. If you are able to do that, then you go back to the first line and read the two lines 5 times from the Quran, then close the Quran and try to read it out to yourself. If you are able to do so, you move to the third line, which is the third line. You read it 10 times from the Quran and close the Quran. Try to read it out to yourself. You go to the first line, do the same thing, read the 3 lines 5 times, and close the Quran, try to read it out to yourself. So you can go on and on for as many lines you can take. Always remember that memorizing the Quran takes time, patience, and dedication. Try to stay committed, and Allah will surely guide you. Put in some effort. Allah will bless your effort with success. Definitely. As always, you are welcome to share your own tips in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Jazakumullahu khairan and see you in my next video. Assalamu alaikum.